topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Inarticulate speech, inarticulate speech of the heart. Inarticulate speech, inarticulate speech of the heart. Inarticulate speech, inarticulate speech of the heart.
Hello and welcome to It's Your Voice, the show that hosts enriching conversations in diversity. And you can see with me, I have some of my key core wonderful podcast guests and supporters. Most of them have been on the show. And we are at Sudwerk Brewery, which is donating a percentage of every bill tonight to support It's Your Voice, because we are a platform for voices and ideas that have been marginalized for far too long, and the rest of us need to hear the brilliance and learn. And I am so excited. I'm speechless for a minute. Here, give me a second. But let me just I want to make sure you see who, can we see everyone? Yes, I think everyone's on camera. So this is obviously an on-location shooting, and we have a band that's volunteered that's going to play music for 2 hours. That's also a generous supporter of providing a platform for people and causes and ideas that make the whole world better, create more belonging, safer for everyone is our hope. So please follow us on w4cy.com or YouTube. All of our shows are archived on YouTube. Download from any podcast platform. And then the show notes will have QR codes if you want to donate from a distance. But I want you to hear their voices. So I'm going to start with Sandy Holman, who has done so many things. She's started a co-op. She's an author of amazing books. She's a documentarian. And she has a love and a passion that just emanates no matter where she is. So each of them said they will share a few words. And I'm going to start with Sandy and handing the phone over, which is our microphone tonight.
Thank you, Bahia. And I am just so honored to say hi to everyone today and to be amongst so many distinguished super people that I admire and love. It feels like cozy love. I'm the director of the Culture Co-op and United in Unity, and we promote systemic change, inclusion, equity, literacy, and equality education for all. In a nutshell, it's about encouraging people to love themselves and to love others and to share power and resources in this world. And that's why I am here supporting Bahia and It's Your Voice. She epitomizes something that is essential in all of our communities at a time when national media has become extremely corporatized and the narratives that we're hearing are very narrow. Her podcast, on the other hand, really allows people to share truth, allows people to become educated around DEI efforts, or what I like to call DEIA, because we need action and accountability. I was just talking about that today. And I have loved every opportunity that she's given myself, the people you see here, so many in the community, to share their voice. Beloved, we're living at a time when each of us needs to stand up in our brilliance and our power and our love and support shows like It's Your Voice and make sure we're speaking truth to power along with action. As you know, there are many things happening in our community, the greater country, and around the globe. You can pick something that resonates with you. And you can come on shows like Bahia's and share your voice and your ideals. And then you can come together as a part of a mosaic of a powerful force of action, love, and do itness. And we can truly make a difference, regardless of what you're dealing with or how hard life may seem. And even with the good things that are going on, we can bring all of that into a wonderful pot of gumbo. So I want to encourage you from the depths of my heart and soul, because I am a love lady and Bahia is loving us through this podcast. I can't say it enough.
Spreading love.
I want to encourage you to support her and make a donation to the work she's doing with her podcast, It's Your Voice. And I want you to know that she has already touched, I would say, thousands of lives by her commitment to making sure all of us have a safe place to speak truth, to power, to DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that big letter A, action and accountability. So I'm really honored that you chose to give me some time to be here. I don't know everyone's name, but being in the same space with Sara and Gloria, all of you, this is early Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Ramadan. It's Chinese New Year, all the different things in a bag of chips. So I want to encourage you to get to know all these organizations. And I certainly invite you to check out the Culture Co-op United in Unity. We're always looking for volunteers and help in the work that we're doing. And again, please support shows like It's Your Voice, because it is. It is. Blessings and love, purple love to you. And no, I'm not done yet. For those of you who've been thinking I am, I'm still here. So.
Hi, my name is Sara Ruebelt, and how can you follow such an incredible speech right there by Sandy, our amazing Sandy Holman? I am honored to be here, and as Sandy put it so beautifully and eloquently, it's all about diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's been my life's work as well. My life's work has been surrounded on multicultural, cross-cultural education, and diversity has been part of my heart and my work for as long as I've been in this profession as a therapist. And I'm here to support Bahia because I feel like she deserves to be on a higher level nationally. What she's doing should be on NPR, it should be on Capital Public Radio. Mm-hmm. This is what we need. Our community needs people like Bahia to build bridges. Enough of polarization, enough of disconnect, enough of lack of knowledge, and always assuming that the other is wrong. It's about unity, it's about building bridges. And the only way we can do that is to have dialogues, to have discussions, to communicate, to increase unity in our community. There's unity in community, and we have to bring that. And our world needs it more than ever. We see it in every part of our community. Everyone deserves a voice to be heard. We deserve to be seen. We deserve to be understood. We all deserve to be loved. And the only way to create that and to increase the presence of that is to have podcasts like this that can increase our awareness so that we're not afraid of one another, so that there is more compassion, so that there is more understanding, and we can satisfy our curiosity, because there's a lot of questions, and we all need to come from the not knowing stance and ask more and wonder more to increase understanding and belonging. That's all I'm going to say. There's a lot more, but there's so many amazing people that have more to say here. So I'm going to pass it on.
Okay. So those two, oh wait, I can't see myself. How am I? Okay, I think I'm good. All right. I'm Gloria Partida, and I am the chair of the Davis Phoenix Coalition. We're a nonprofit in Davis, and we work on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I am so proud to be here amongst all the other guests that have supported Bahia, and I'm here to support you, Bahia, in your work. I agree wholeheartedly that voices need a place to be able to say what they need to say. Too often, I hear the loudest voices shouting and, drowning out those that are in our community that are marginalized, that are afraid to come forward, that have no one to speak for them. And so having this platform is so important to elevate the marginalized in our community. It's unless people are visible, unless people are seen and heard, uh, they are overlooked and they don't get the necessary things that they deserve. And I think that more and more we're seeing all the strides that we've made going forward to elevate those voices and to bring people to the forefront and to bring the needs of women and people of color and the LGBT community and our undocumented community. All of that is being taken away and being dismantled little by little because some people speak louder than others, and so we need this platform. And thank you so much, Bahia, for doing that for us and for bringing us together and for seeing the thread that runs through disability rights and LGBT rights and climate, right, which is so important. So thank you so much. I'm gonna say something.
Hi, my name is Anya, and I've known Bahia for a while. I went to her house and I met her kids, and they're really sweet. And I think you should support Bahia's cause because it's really important.
Beautiful! Yay! Straight from the heart, honest.
Thank you so much. I'm really proud of my little girl. Bahia, thank you so much for having given me the opportunity to be part of It's Your Voice several times. I've gotten to speak on climate change, which is kind of my core topic, but I also got to speak on other stuff which I didn't know that I cared about that much. I discovered my voice in talking about the contributions of African Americans to Africa's development, which was something that I hadn't really thought about seriously for a while. But as I started to think about it more, I just realized that there's a lot of people, of heroes that we really haven't celebrated enough. That we really need to identify, to point out the things that they've done, the contributions they've made to making people's lives better, and to continue to celebrate them. On my favorite topic, of course, climate change, I work with communities trying to help advance climate resilience, climate preparedness, and a lot of the time it looks good on paper, right? And then you talk to communities and it just seems so distant. I think of the analogy that I often like to use is it's like asking an individual, hey, what's your 30-year plan? And most of us can get through planning for a year if we are really astute, perhaps 2 years, trying to think about the next decade, the next. It seems so far out, and the challenges seem so big. It just seems like, as an individual, there is nothing you can do. And yet, when we have these conversations, we suddenly begin to find there are easy ways that every one of us can contribute. Every one of us has skill sets. Every one of us has different ways in which they can contribute in their ways, small or big, to making for a better world, a better climate, for us, for our kids, even the naughty ones.
Not that bad.
And so, Bahia, I really appreciate your setting up this platform, and for all of you out there that listen, I really do support this platform. It's your voice. It will continue to be your voice, and make sure that it's supported in all the ways that you can. look for opportunities to be part of it, look for opportunities to contribute to its financial success, because it'll continue to show the various ways in which we, as individuals, can contribute to making a better whole. Yeah.
All right, so I'm Doug Kobold, and I am got the unique opportunity, and my wife Jenny and I, of living right next door to Bahia. So we actually get to see her on a daily basis, which is really cool. And she has brought me into her world with It's Your Voice for twice now, and I've been very appreciative to be able to help educate folks. I focus in a different part of the climate or this environmental sustainability. I'm in waste and recycling and long-term use of products to make sure that whatever we're using lasts a long time. Because think about it, if we're constantly going through products, what does it take to make those products? It takes a lot of energy, a lot of efforts to make them over and over again. And if we can actually not make them to begin with, we're not expending the energy to generate that product to begin with. And so therefore it's actually saving our environment over the long haul. And then if it's not entering our environment in bad places, that also will help. And so it was great to be able to get onto Bahia's platform, because I'm usually talking to industry professionals in recycling and solid waste. So I talked to 200 people yesterday, and they kind of get it. And even they wonder sometimes and have to learn from each other. And so then to be able to talk to your audience and explain how things are meant to work versus how they do work, I think is a great opportunity, because I look at you as an educator. You're out there educating the public on what's right with the world, what's wrong with the world, how can we fix things. And so I applaud you for leading the charge and being that educator.
I just feel honored to be with everyone here who has already spoken. Bahia and I have children of the same age and are going to the same school. And so we've gotten to chatting, and what I've been interested in and working on for a number of years that I feel really passionate about is working with the agricultural community and to do good things on the land. And I'm used to trying to join It's Your Voice to talk about it. It had me rethinking why I'm interested in this. Why would anyone else care, you know? And it was an incredible learning experience for me. And in the meantime, and I don't typically talk about it in a large venue. So it was a big experience for me that I really appreciate, and I hope I was able to talk about this in a way that makes sense. But more than anything, I started listening to her podcasts and was blown away by how many voices I got to hear that I have would never have imagined are there. So real people coming from real places to talk about what their experience is, and it's just been a blessing to be able to be a part of that. And I hope that those watching will contribute to supporting her. And It's Your Voice, because I think it's really important. People need to hear from each other about their perspectives for us to learn and grow and evolve, you know, as a civilization together. Thank you.
My name is Jenny Kobold. I'm the co-chair of the Uniting for Racial Justice Committee of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Davis. My committee and I are actually members of the Davis Phoenix Coalition, and we are dedicated to raising the voices and equality of marginalized people. In my opinion, it's one of the biggest problems facing us today. My husband, Doug, who just recently spoke, is also, he and I are also very concerned about climate change. And so I'm also very interested in recycling and the climate of the world. And so I'm grateful for Bahia's podcast, and I enjoy listening to it. And I'm glad that people are talking and putting this information out to everybody. So I hope that you will support this podcast.
Thank you so much. And we have one more person who's been on our show a couple of times, Lisa Herrington, who I'm fortunate enough, she's my niece. And could you share what you talked about? I know you've been on a couple of shows, and
Yes.
why I asked you to be on the show, because you have your important messages, and also why you think the world should support us. Get the show going.
Yes. Well, I'm Lisa Herrington. I am lucky enough to be the niece of Bahia, as I know her, and Doherty. And we've had two conversations that have been really, really meaningful. The first was a hard topic. I lost one of my sons. I had twins, and I lost my firstborn at birth. And we talked about that. We talked about how grief can change your heart, it can change your head, it can change your world, and that it takes time and it takes a lot of work, but there are tools that we develop through the journey. I'm not going to say that there's a destination to it, but the grief journey, once you're on it, you start developing tools that you realize help you with everything that you face after a great loss. And we talked about a book that I wrote a while back to help people who not who suffered great loss, but for the helpers, for the family and the friends who don't know what to do when their loved one is grieving. I remember I really wanted something to hand to my family and friends who were helpless in what they could do to ease the pain. And I remember thinking, when I'm ready, I'm going to write something that somebody in my position can give to family and friends that will help along the journey. And so I went chapter through chapter on this book, which was a mini book. And I think it talks about a lot of really, really important tools that are especially helpful during the holidays, which, depending on when this airs, are upon us. And so, yeah, we delved into a really difficult topic, and I was so grateful to be able to share Brady, my son's story again, and talk about all of the positive, beautiful things that have happened since he was born and we said goodbye. So it was memorable, it was emotional, and I'm so grateful for my aunt having a platform where we can talk about all of the hard stuff and all of the really important topics that move mountains. And so yes, and then we did another podcast with a good friend of mine who is a therapist, and it was amazing. We just talked about tools that people. I'm a fitness trainer, and so I am really, really educated on physical tools that can help people when they are hurting. And my good friend is really educated on the emotional tools that are at our fingertips. And so the two of us have a really great partnership, and we've done some facilitated workshops together, and we had the opportunity to talk about those workshops on the podcast, which was another really, really awesome experience, because it's all about education and educating the community and improving and bettering and just building this beautiful community through the platform that Bahia and Doherty has created. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I just want to mention that show that Lisa just referred to is called The Fourth Trimester, and it's another very powerful show to watch. And I am so grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. Can everybody see everybody again?
Thank you, Bahia.
Do you want to add? Do you want to say anything? Okay. Thank you. And we have the live band playing outside called Cowboys After Dark, and one of the representatives of Sudwerk, which is run by my nephew, Lisa's brother, might get a chance to hop on but they've been very generous. There's a brewery here. I think it's our first brewery in Davis, 1989, before craft beer was a thing, and it was going downhill, and then Trenton took it over. But everyone's names will be in the show notes, so you can look up the shows that are all very powerful, and the QR code again will be there. And I'm just gonna be walking around with the phone for a few more minutes, and then it's gonna get really loud, so you can hear a couple songs of the really fun Cowboys After Dark band playing 70s and 80s cover songs. Thank you guys so much. So I think, does anyone want to carry the laptop around to show the band? It'll be like, you know what that means, to like face it towards the band? Yes. Okay. And it's on mute, so.
I think you should give it to someone else. No, I want to do it.
I trust you. We'll just go out, and I've got the talking part. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and this is all spontaneous. We're gonna get a group picture. Sandy Holman. Can you be in our picture first? I didn't offer the phone to you. Did you want to say anything? Thank you. So we're standing in a group shot.
You want to stand or
Oh no,
sit?
you guys sit.
Yeah.
You guys sit.
All right, well.
You want to sit, Kwabena? Anya, will you face the camera? Here's the beer hall.
Too.
Here's my... Thank you. So, I also want to thank Rebel, our sound engineer, who's staying up extra for us tonight. Thank you so much. Okay. And we'll see how the sound turns out. Should I mute while I'm walking? I can't. I don't think I can hear your answers. We're going out. We're going through the Sudwerk Beer Hall. And I guess I'll just use my... We'll see. I think the laptop camera's following me. Here's a wonderful helper at Sudwerk. I just want to thank you for helping us with this fundraiser tonight.
Of course. Thank you guys. It's our pleasure.
We're going to go try to get the band.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Of course. Thank you guys.
Well, you did a good job. Thank you. So Anya is holding the camera that's going to be showing the band soon. Catch a couple of their songs. You want to sit down? So you can rest. This is Cowboys After Dark. And while they're warming up, I'll just do, I think I can do this. It is. Volunteer for 4 or 5 hours tonight. This is Desmond.
Hi, how y'all doing tonight?
This is so fun.
Rebel, I see we're over time. Whenever, if you can stay to the song, great. If not, thank you for everything. But she's about to make an announcement actually about the podcast fundraiser. You can wait for that. She's going to make the announcement, and then I'll let you go. Shit. What is this picture message in it? Woo! Cowboys After
That was
Dark!
a little sound check while we're getting our last touches on our sound right now. I just want to say thank you, Sudwerk, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Thank you, Sudwerk, from the It's Your Voice podcast. Please tell your Sudwerk server today that you're here for the podcast, and they'll donate 1% of your bill to It's Your Voice podcast, which is a show that highlights Davis, as well as national and international guests with rare content that amplifies the brilliance of diversity and the climate, and it's available on over 100 platforms. What will your donation do? Your donation will help air enriching conversations in diversity that encourage understanding, empathy, and motivate listeners with constructive solutions to local and universal challenges, because we showcase traditionally marginalized voices and under-recognized brilliance, model cultural competencies and conversations that build unity and belonging, feature climate sustainability experts, amplify compassionate leadership and the joys of human connections, and highlight Davis's unique position in the world. We are Cowboys After Dark. We were on last week's episode of the podcast, and we're super excited to play for you guys tonight.
Thank you! Cowboys After Dark! Volunteering their time! I think that's a wrap. Thank you so much.
We still have time. Yeah.
Official plan your hair. You can talk
Don't say that you love me. Just tell me that you want me. Just say that you want me. Don't tell me that you.
Thank you, Cowboys After Dark.
I'm so glad your whole family could come.
I'm almost sure this will be your most watched show ever.
That'd be fun.
Nobody will take my love vibration now.
So much.
I did not expect to stay like that. Oh, better.
loving again. I got everything. You're like a rolling ground. You don't feel rolling in everything. Yeah, she turns me on and alright. Oh, time, nobody can take my cup, race into the ground. Nobody can take my cup, it's gonna break the real sound. Oh, it's a killing machine, it's got everything. And it goes to the road, with everything. Yeah, she turns me on, alright.
Classically trained musicians built.
Once again, we're Cowboys After Dark. I want to thank the It's Your Voice podcast again so much for having us on the show, for having us here tonight. Super hyped to play our episodes online. You guys can check it out on the website, along with a ton of other great stuff. It's super awesome podcast. Lots of very interesting conversations and interesting people. Highly recommend. I'm going to introduce you to our little band. Back there is Mason holding it down on the kid. Over there is Dewey on the bass. That's Alejandro on the guitar. That's Henry on the keys. This is Rosie on the trumpet. And my name is Bernie, and I sing. on. She's always on. Anytime she moves away. And I know, you better leave the young thing alone, 'cause there ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Inarticulate speech of the heart. Inarticulate speech of the heart. Inarticulate